What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 3s to look at. Air Jordan 3 Retro and the Fire Red colorway. This is the 2022 version. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you dig the content, go ahead and hit that like and share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes. So definitely, if you do have any questions or comments, you can always feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll always stay engaged. This particular shoe was released in September of 22, and I was a little bit late on the wagon because I wasn't able to, hit on sneakers to get me a pair, or none of the retail, stores in my area, had the shoe. They had it, but I wasn't able to get in the raffle, so it is what it is. So I did have to go through StockX to actually get this pair here. The shoe did retail for $210, and I was able to pick this up in my size for $250, which wasn't too bad. So it is what it is. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the review of the sneaker. So this is your pretty much like your standard Air Jordan 3 box. Now, one thing that I do like about this particular box was that it did have the hit of the elephant print that did match the actual sneaker itself. But on the box tag, the color does read for the colorway of the shoe. It's white, fire red, and black. But I feel like it's gonna be one of the top releases, of the year, because this is one of the most sought after Air Jordan 3 colorways. This shoe was actually released for the first time back in the late 1988, I believe. And we did get a few of these releases, I do believe we did get there was an Air Jordan 3 Fireway that was released back in 2013. It was a little bit different than this one here. So I will highlight those, the differences in the review. But when you open your box, you do have, it's that tissue paper, but this one does have some gray elephant print, design there. There's my, StockX tag. And with this particular shoe, they did give you guys, or give us an insert of the shoe when it actually just breaks down the different materials of the shoe and everything, which I thought was neat. It's something small, but at the end of the day, I do miss the days where we used to purchase Air Jordan and they used to give us those little cards that had information about the shoe and everything. If you're a real sneakerhead, you know what I'm talking about. But they did double wrap this shoe, so you got the elephant print, and then you have your plain white tissue paper here on the inside. Dope shoe. Like I said, I feel this probably be one of the best Jordan releases of the year. Get this out of the way. But yeah, there you go, Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. But this one gonna be a quick review. But first things first, what I want to do is highlight the differences from this particular sneaker and the 2013 version of the Air Jordan 3. So there's the front of the shoe, but let's start, take a look at the right shoe first. So the main difference was with the elephant print. So on the 2013 version, you did have the elephant print design there, but it was more of a darker grayish black color. This one is a little bit lighter. I do particularly like this version of the elephant on this particular shoe better. Just personal opinion, but at the end of the day, to each his own. But on the lateral side of the shoe, you do have let's start with the back. So, because there's a couple things going on with this particular shoe. So on the upper of the shoe, you do have this heavy, it's a premium leather, white leather. And it is a heavy tumble here, and then there is another premium cut of leather here that is a smooth white. That does go right into the elephant print here towards the heel. So again, the elephant print on this shoe is more of a gray, and then going along the midsole, you do have this foam that does have a hit of red going throughout the back of the shoe, and then there's this white. Now on the white portion of the midsole, you do have like this cutout, you know, for the air unit that does like, you know, provide like a little bit more comfort for the sneaker. And then going toward the bottom of the shoe, you do have like, you know, like that gray. Going toward the front of the shoe, of course, you do have more of like, you know, that, well, it's a, you know, it's a white rubber here, but then, you know, you have that elephant print. You do have like, you know, some red eye stays here, like, well, red eyelets here, going toward like, you know, the front of the shoe, and then like in the midsection, they do have like, you know, those tabs that they do have there, and this one is like white. It is a little rougher than they are on most Air Jordan 3 sneakers, like, you know, the black cements and things like that. It's a little bit different, but they do stay consistent, like, you know, with the actual design with the red eyelet going towards the top. So going toward the front of the shoe, you do have more of like, you know, like I said, that premium white leather, and it's a heavy tumble. I do like this particular shoe. Like I said, I can't emphasize enough comparing this towards like when I get a chance, like I will try to get like, you know, like a 2013 model later on, so we can like do like a comparison, because I do want y'all to actually see for yourself. But I do know that there are like other shoe tubers out there that have done like, you know, comparisons. So like, you know, definitely feel free to look those up too. But I'm gonna definitely do one for my channel as well. But you know, the elephant print going along like the front of the toe cap there. The shoe did come with like, you know, regular flat white laces. It didn't have like any extra laces or anything like that. But going towards like the upper portion of the shoe, well, the mid portion of the shoe here, you do have this on the tongue. There is like a perforated, it's like a gray leather here, which does match this perforated gray here, like right behind the actual, you know, eyelids of the shoe. Then going towards like the upper portion of the tongue of the shoe, you have like this smooth white leather, and it does have the Air Jordan Jumpman embroidered in red at the top. On the medial side of the shoe, consistent with the other side of the shoe. So again, we start with the rear. So you do have that red leather that is perforated, you know, here towards the around the ankle collar. You got that tumbled, you know, white leather that I was telling you guys about. Then you have like the elephant print, and then you got like the gray on white foam going towards the back. So pretty much like the same overall build of any other Air Jordan 3 black cements, the white cements, and like, you know, the what is it, the true blues. Pretty much the same build. The only thing that is like a little bit different on this particular shoe, now going toward the back of the shoe. Now, they do, and I did like this. I mean, it's a small thing, but at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of sneakerheads alike, we tend to appreciate the Nike Air branded on the back of the shoe. It's not that we don't like the Air Jordan logo or anything like that. It's just that it's a situation where, I don't know, it just looks a little bit better. And then like, you know, they do have that in red in the back. I feel like overall it was a pretty good, you know, well thought out design for like this particular, you know, the 2022 version of the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red. So that was the right shoe, and this is the left shoe. Now, it does come with, well, let me the StockX tag. Cause like I said, I did get these through StockX. I wasn't able to, you know, hit on sneakers. But on the actual shoe, on the left, they do give you this orange Nike Air hang tag. Most Jordan 3s, they do provide you with a hang tag. The other ones, like on the black cement 3s, does look a little bit different than this one here. But they do give you this tag on the left. But the actual shoe itself on the left is, like I said, consistent with the same build out as like, you know, the other shoe. So like, you know, you have your red, you know, perforated leather, elephant print, pretty much like I said, same overall build. So there's the left side of the sneaker. There's the front. There's the medial side of the shoe. There's the back. And then there's the bottom. So one thing we didn't discuss on the shoe was the actual bottom. So of course, like this is all, you know, rubber. And of course, like, you know, you have that gray, red, and then white going throughout the whole bottom of the shoe, and then you have like that Nike logo, you know, in red going around the white portion of the rubber there. But same, you know, bottom that you would see on like any other Air Jordan 3. But in my opinion, like I said, I do feel like this is going to be the one, you know, one of the top Air Jordan, you know, releases of the year. But before we get up out of here, let me go ahead and give you guys, you know, 350 of the actual shoe. So there's your front, lateral side of the right shoe, lateral side of the left shoe. There's your bottom. There's the rear of the sneaker. There's the medial side. So overall, I mean, I get this shoe itself. I mean, like I said, I feel like this is a dope release. Like, the reason I did choose to pay resale on these is because, like, I feel like I definitely needed this for the collection. But in my opinion, like, well thought out. Like I said, because of like the gray elephant print, the Nike Air brand and everything. Like, I just feel like, you know, this is a well thought out release on this particular sneaker. But I would go ahead and give this, in my opinion, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I don't think there was anything else that they could have did to this particular sneaker to make it looking, you know, to make it, you know, any better than it was actually, you know, thought out. So if you guys have like any questions or anything like that, you know, you could always feel free to, you know, reach out to me down in the comments. But again, you could always stay engaged with me on all of my social network channels. So like on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything is at the King of Soul. But before we get up out of here, I'm gonna give you an on foot and a B-roll. So until next time, always remember, you got options. See you next time.